Have you ever stopped to think about how a massive country, we're talking over 200 million people, goes from mountains of paper to a fully digital government? Well, today we're going to unpack the story of the National Information Technology Board, or NITB. This is the agency right at the heart of Pakistan's huge digital leap.
I mean, seriously, think about it. It's a huge undertaking, right? You've got these ancient systems that have been around for decades, a whole culture built around physical paperwork, and you have to provide digital services to millions of people. The question is, where do you even begin?
So let's just picture the before for a second. Imagine endless lines, files getting lost, and a whole system that just moves at a snail's pace. That was the frustrating reality of a paper-based bureaucracy. And that frustration, that's what really lit the fire for a digital revolution. So back in 2014, Pakistan decided to make a really bold move. They said, okay, we need to fix this. And they created a special agency, kind of like a digital architect, to lead the charge and build a completely new digital foundation for the country's government.
And that agency is the National Information Technology Board, the NITB. And let me tell you, their mission is nothing short of audacious. They're tasked with building the digital backbone for an entire nation and making that big vision of a digital Pakistan something you can actually see and use.
So what is the NITB really? Well, officially, it's an autonomous government body. But what that means is they have a super clear job: to design and roll out e-government solutions that make public services faster, more dependable, and most importantly, accessible to every single citizen. You know, the NITB itself has had quite a journey. It actually started out by merging two different IT groups to create this one more powerful organization. But the real game changer, that happened in 2022, when it became fully autonomous. That gave it the freedom and the power to really hit the accelerator on digital change. Okay, so we've covered the who and the why. Now let's get into the good stuff, the what. What are the actual tangible solutions that the NITB is building to drag Pakistan's government into the 21st century?
A perfect example of this is their e-office solution. I mean, this is the definition of transformation. It's all about getting rid of dusty old files and those endless paper trails and replacing them with a sleek digital workflow. And the result? A huge boost in efficiency and transparency inside government departments.
But it's not just about internal government work. The NITB's projects are touching the lives of everyday people. We're talking about a national job portal that connects people with real work and a unified healthcare ID to make getting medical services so much simpler. And the sheer scale of what they're doing is pretty incredible. They've launched over 30 digital portals and more than 15 mobile apps. That is a seriously fast pace of development, and it's fundamentally changing what Pakistan's digital world even looks like.
And Beep Pakistan is a perfect example of their strategic approach. This isn't just another messaging app, okay? It's a secure, homegrown platform built from the ground up. And the goal is to protect sensitive government conversations and not have to rely on foreign tech for it. Pretty smart.
But look, a project this huge is never a straight line, right? There are always bumps in the road. The NITB has had some massive wins, for sure, but it's also run into some pretty big challenges. So let's take an honest look at the real impact they're having and the hurdles they faced. You know, a huge part of what NITB does is about more than just code. It's about building a digital-first culture. This quote from when they hosted some university students really says it all. They're focused on inspiring that next generation of tech talent, the very people who will have to carry this digital mission forward. And they know they can't do it alone. Digital transformation is a team sport. So they're constantly partnering up with other public agencies, from healthcare to universities, to build a digital ecosystem that's way more connected and focused on the citizen. But of course, when you're a major government agency handling massive tech projects and a lot of public money, you're going to get scrutinized. People are going to ask tough questions, and the NITB has definitely faced its share of controversy. So in 2023, the agency's transparency really got put under the microscope. A media report came out that raised some serious questions about how they were outsourcing IT talent. And just like that, it sparked this whole public debate about their processes. Now, this report, and it cited anonymous sources, basically alleged that the whole bidding process might have been tweaked to favor one specific company. This brought up really important questions about fairness, challenges that any public institution has to deal with when they're handling big contracts. So after all that, the successes, the challenges, where is this all headed? What's the ultimate vision for Pakistan's digital future, and what part will the NITB play in actually making it happen?
When you boil it all down, everything the NITB does is driven by three main goals: efficiency, transparency, and service. It's really about creating a government that's faster, more accountable, and genuinely serves the real needs of its people.
And I think this is the perfect way to think about their mission. They aren't just building apps or websites. They are literally upgrading a country's entire operating system. They're building a smarter, more agile government that's ready for the 21st century and whatever comes next. Which leaves us with a really fascinating question to think about. As our governments become fully digital, how does that change the entire relationship between us and the state? What kind of new services, what new possibilities open up when every piece of governance is connected, data-driven, and right there in our hands?